Heyo, and what is up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. What happens when you take a room full of extreme fools being led by a 70-year-old out-of-touch extreme tool and tell them there's a pay-per-view to book on Sunday? You get this Sunday's Extreme Rules pay-per-view live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and we are here to talk about it right here and right now. My name is Nick Nightmare, and you are watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show's Extreme Rules preview and prediction show. Extreme. Let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Extreme my ass. 10 matchups booked on this Extreme Rules pay-per-view, only 4 of which have an extreme stipulation. The stipulations that were chosen were far from a true extreme choice, and if you are tuning in to the one night of the year the WWE chooses to go extreme, looking forward to some extreme action, then you are going to be extremely disappointed. I don't understand why they would even book this pay-per-view and call it Extreme Rules. The 4 matchups that they gave the stipulation to are the 4 matches that nobody really even cares about. Not one of us cares about any of the stories that they decided to give a little extreme flavoring to. And it's ridiculous. It's less than 50% of the card. Why bother calling it Extreme Rules? Why not call it Breaking Point or one of the other stupid ones, Backlash, whatever? There's nothing extreme about this show other than the fact that it's coming from the birthplace of Extreme in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a city that is very, very familiar with ECW and all that it has contributed to the professional wrestling business. Fans remember it well, and it's shaping up to only be a show that extremely sucks. And I'm going to try not to say the word extreme for the rest of the show following that last sentence, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Get ready, because you're only going to hear it 9,000 times on Sunday, so consider this preview and prediction show a warm-up. And now let's go to the match card and start talking about this show and why there's going to be a whole lot of things we are going to tell you guys is wrong with this show when it concludes Sunday evening. The WWE Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line once again as the newly crowned champion Drew Gulak gives a rematch to the former champion Tony Nese following their great Cruiserweight Championship matchup on the pre-show of last month's Stomping Ground pay-per-view. This is a matchup that if you never really watched the pre-show, then you should definitely tune in to the pre-show to see this match. I don't expect them to be putting this on the main card. We got 10 matches on this show already. 1, maybe 2 of them are going to be put onto the pre-show. I expect this to be one of them. And if you want to see some really great action, this was a match that definitely took me by surprise last month. And seeing them go at it again will definitely be worth your time. I'm looking forward to see the Cruiserweight Championship matchup where I predict Drew Gulak will only begin to cement his reign as the Cruiserweight Champion. We have a random singles match coming at us in the form of Aleister Black versus Cesaro. This will be Aleister Black's first main singles program. There are many mistakes in this already, from the fact that they made Aleister Black look like a blithering idiot to the fact that they revealed his opponent with only days to go before the pay-per-view. I would have thought that it would have been a better move to keep the suspense until we got to Sunday, give everybody a reason to care about this matchup. There are a lot of people looking forward to this matchup, myself included, just based off of its booking, but it could have been made more intriguing if they would have left the mystery hanging in the air, and the Philadelphia crowd would have popped huge for Cesaro as the surprise entrant, and I think it was a missed opportunity here. Other than that, there is another thing I'm very worried about with this matchup, and that is the fact that one of these guys is going to have to win, and one of these guys is going to have to lose. That's WWE's MO. If they were smart, they would make them wrestle to a no contest of some sort, maybe brawl outside the ring, get a double count out, double disqualification, or just throw the match out because the referee can't keep it under control, to allow there to still be intrigue in this matchup, because Cesaro's on his first singles run since the bar. He's starting to gain momentum, and he's going to solidify himself as one of the better heels on the roster in his singles capacity. Aleister Black is making his first impression as a singles opponent. You don't want any one of these guys to lose. You don't want either one of them to lose momentum, and you could make this a very interesting feud just by making there not be a winner. So my prediction is a bold one because the WWE is not smart, and I'm going to predict we're going to have no winner. And that somehow, some way, this match is going to end in a no contest, and it would be the smartest thing they've done in months, because that's the only way to protect both superstars in this scenario. Anybody taking a loss right off the bat just takes the steam right out of anything. You could make it much bigger by not having a winner. The Raw Tag Team Championships will be on the line as the champions, the Revival, will be taking on the Usos in another championship rematch being booked on this show. I don't really care who wins this match one way or the other. The tag team division is absolutely dreadful. It doesn't mean a damn thing. The champions of Raw, do you really care which team it is? Because either way, you got a pretty talented team. The Usos, one of the best in the business. You could say the same about the Revival. I know some of you guys are not fans of the Revival, and I don't blame you the way the WWE has shown them on the main roster. I don't really care too much either way, but I'm going to pick the Usos to get another championship reign by beating the Revival this Sunday at Extreme Rules. And there you go. I just broke my I'm not saying extreme anymore on this show, so we might as well just go with it. Screw it. One of the matches that got an extreme stipulation that I know personally I do not give two shits about is Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley's last man standing match. Isn't everything that they do like a last man standing match? I just don't care at all. It doesn't matter if you would have made them crash monster trucks into each other, if they were fighting all the way into the East River. I don't care if they fought in front of the Liberty Bell and took out the old Veteran Stadium where the Phillies used to play. I don't care if they went and beat up the Rocky statue. I don't give a damn what they're gonna do, who's gonna stand last. This is way, way far gone. I have no interest in the Braun Strowman character anymore. I have always had zero interest in the all-milk-dud, boring, trashly Bobby Lashley. So this match is a non-entity to me. This is my first bathroom break of the evening. I'm sure they're going to overbook the hell out of it and give you guys some crazy stuff to go, oh, look at how cool that was. This was a great match. Blech. I don't fall for that shit. I don't care going in. I'm not going to care who's the last man standing coming out. But I'm going to go on record in saying that I believe, given what we've seen on WWE TV as of late and Bobby Lashley pretty much having the upper hand, we are going to see Braun Strowman standing 7 feet tall as Bobby Lashley melts into a puddle of mud at the pay-per-view this Sunday. The one match I'm very much looking forward to, United States Championship on the line as the champion Ricochet takes on AJ Styles. And while I was not happy with the build-up towards it, and they could have done so much more interesting things leading into it, all I care about is I'm going to get one hell of a matchup. These are two AAA talents. Ricochet just beginning his career. AJ Styles, the old lion, staking his claim, showing everybody why this is still the house that AJ Styles built, and it's going to be a barn burner of a matchup. But I do expect that the club will get involved. And again, if the WWE is smart, which they know for the most part they are not, they will have the club cause this match to be thrown out due to their involvement, so that neither the new United States champion Ricochet nor his incumbent challenger AJ Styles suffer a loss tonight, and you can continue this into SummerSlam. However, I think that the WWE might actually give the championship to AJ Styles this Sunday and lead into a rematch with Ricochet once again at SummerSlam, in which Ricochet can get his championship win back. And I am not a fan of hot potatoing the title, so I hope that is not the case, where all they need to do is make there be no winner, much like we said with Cesaro and Aleister Black, and you can rebook this matchup in the future, and people will be interested. You bar the club from ringside, and then we finally get a winner at the second biggest show of the year, SummerSlam. That's how you do it, people. The SmackDown Tag Team Championships will also be on the line as Daniel Bryan and Recycle Rowan take on the New Day's Big E and Xavier Woods and Heavy Machinery, and I expect this to be a hell of a tag team matchup. These guys have been going at it on SmackDown here and there. They had a triple threat singles match the other night, which was very, very entertaining. Daniel Bryan is fantastic in the ring. His new tag team, the Planet's Tag Team Champions, this whole thing is just a great, great way to spend your time watching wrestling. They're fantastic on the mic, they're great in the ring, and they actually make the SmackDown Tag Team Championships feel like they matter. They definitely feel like they matter more than the Raw belts, and I don't expect them to be changing hands at this pay-per-view on Sunday. Heavy Machinery's probably got the best shot at winning this thing. I'm expecting maybe to see Rowan be the one to take the pin if the champions are the ones to lose. I don't think Daniel Bryan's going to be the one. He's been on his back way too much as it is already. But this is going to be a good matchup. I really would like to see Daniel Bryan and Rowan continue as a champion, continuing to build onto their legacy, get some title defenses, and make the title belts matter even more. I don't need to see the 6-time reign for the New Day right now, and Heavy Machinery ain't going nowhere. There's plenty of time for them to get their hands on the belts. They're still pretty green. They've only been up for a month or two, but there really aren't any other tag teams to throw into the mix, so I'm accepting it for what it is. They've been entertaining, a little too entertaining if you ask me, but this is going to be a big test to see if Heavy Machinery is truly just going to be a one-note joke that's there to deliver punchlines, or if they're there to deliver some heavy haymaking, steak-eating punches. And I hope that that is the case. But I'm picking the champs, the Planet's champs, to retain. Sticking with the blue brand right now, SmackDown Women's Championship on the line in one of the most unnecessary matches I have ever seen booked in my whole entire life. The champion Bayley will be taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a 2-on-1 handicap matchup. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross claiming when they win the championships, they are going to share the titles and be the first women to do so as SmackDown Live Women's Champion on SmackDown Live. And I'm definitely hoping that's not the case, but if you're an idiot, you can't see what's coming. They couldn't be foreshadowing any harder the fact that Sasha Banks is probably going to make her return this Sunday to help Bayley as she gets a double beat down by these two. Bayley's going to find a way to win. She's going to pin Nikki Cross, probably. They're going to beat her down after the match. All Nikki Cross has been talking about is, Bayley, you got no friends. Nikki's gonna get ya with Alexa Bliss. That's all we keep fucking hearing from this girl. And how could you not see what's coming? If you follow Sasha on social media, she's been training like a beast. She's been looking great. She's been saying positive things, and I think she's making a return to the roster. However, let's throw the hammer down on this, because what I do not want to see is a return to the Boston... The Boston... Sorry, still can't say it. It's the most ridiculous name ever until today, but we'll get to that later. Can't see them reforming their tag team and going back for the tag team championships. What I want to see is Sasha Banks come back, save Bayley from Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and as they're leaving ringside, Sasha Banks just obliterates Bayley. Keep her away from Monday Night Raw. Put her on SmackDown Live as the legit boss. Give us that storyline that we've been waiting for, that I think both of these girls have been waiting for, with the SmackDown Live Women's Championship on the line. An evil and sadistic legit boss, Sasha Banks, versus everybody's favorite hugging buddy, Bayley. That is the future, and that will get people back involved into the women's action on SmackDown Live. This Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross coming from Raw to get the championship thing, it doesn't make sense from the get-go. Nobody wants to see Alexa Bliss as champion again. Everybody wants to just look at Alexa, and that's fine. I don't mind looking at her, but I don't need to see her in the ring calling herself a champion. Nikki Cross definitely deserves some sort of a push. This is going to do something for her one way or the other. It's either going to bring her a little bit up to the next level, or it's just going to absolutely dump all over her career. And I will be absolutely shocked if this whole thing ends and we don't see Sasha at all. It's almost as if the only reason they booked this is to have Sasha there, because a 2-on-1 handicap match is not even really an extreme match. Is it tagging rules? You know, is it a tornado handicap matchup? Are they going to be fighting her at the same time? Like, what's the real disadvantage? Except that she doesn't have a partner. That's not hardcore. That's not extreme. It's just lazy booking to bring back a returning superstar. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Again, sticking with the blue brand, WWE Champion Kofi Kingston going one-on-one with Samoa Joe. Now, this is a rivalry that has gotten pretty hot. These guys are getting underneath each other's skin. They've been poking at each other, saying some pretty messed up things to one another. Kofi Kingston flipping the bird in the face of the Samoan submission machine. There's a lot of intensity in Samoa Joe. There's a lot of determination in the champion to stay the champion. Samoa Joe has attacked Kofi Kingston from behind. He's made examples out of the New Day. Why is there no stipulation in this match? Why isn't this an Extreme Rules match? Why isn't this a hardcore match, a ladder match, a chairs match? Anything. Why, we have to save those for a TLC pay-per-view? This is Extreme Rules. You gotta pull out the Extreme Rules card. Put it in a cage. Do something. You're getting a straight-up championship defense by Kofi Kingston, which is fine because it doesn't give Joe any onset advantage other than the fact that he's twice Kofi Kingston's size and is an absolute beast. But has Samoa Joe been showcased in a capacity for you to truly believe he's going to take the championship from Kofi Kingston on Sunday? I do not. I predict Kofi Kingston will retain the championship. Maybe even with the help of the New Day. I don't really know what the point of this whole feud is, but I'm going to enjoy this matchup. I think it's going to be one of those sleeper matches that catches everybody by surprise. If it's given enough time, if they give this like a 5-6 minute match time, there's only so much these guys can do. They're not miracle workers, but I'm picking Kofi Kingston to retain his championship, even though deep down inside, all I ever wanted to see since he came to the main roster was Samoa Joe as the WWE champion. But that just might be in his cards. I just don't think it's happening on Sunday. Now, we get to the two main events, the two worst matches on the card. First, we're going to talk about the Universal Championship matchup, since it wants to take second billing to a stupid tag team match that doesn't matter. The Universal and Raw Women's Championship will be on a line in this mixed tag team winner-take-all Extreme Rules matchup featuring two teams, one which I like to call distasteful and the other one I like to call disgraceful. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins taking on Baron Constable Dickhead Corbin and Bam Bam the Lady Evans. And I don't really care. They have put so much emphasis on the personal life of Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch and the fact that they're bumping uglies in the back, and I don't give a shit. That doesn't add extra drama to me. I'm not a 14-year-old teenage girl. Oh, look, they're so in love. I can't wait to see. Oh no, if they lose, they'll break up. What are we watching here? Are we watching The Hills or are we watching wrestling? I don't care. And their opponents make me care even less. Two of the most undeserving people in the history of the company. Two people that for their last 2, maybe 3 attempts at procuring these championships have failed at every level. They have already lost to the champions on multiple occasions. Why are they still being involved in a run for championship gold? They're a couple of losers. They're trying to be the new power couple. I don't care. I don't care about the t-shirts for Seth and Becky. I don't care about what they're doing on Friday. I don't care about what WWE.com is going to follow them after they win this matchup, because they're not going to lose the championships. There are a lot of people out there saying, well, Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans are going to win this matchup. Baron Corbin's going to be the new champion, and then Brock Lesnar is going to come out and cash on Baron Corbin. I don't want to see any of that. I don't need to see the belt move to Baron Corbin for Brock Lesnar to get on his next championship run, and I don't want to even see Brock Lesnar's next championship run, although it is pretty much going to happen. There's no way around. But this is a very useless, very ridiculously booked matchup. I don't believe the champions are going to lose. I definitely hope that's not the case. It's an Extreme Rules matchup, so what, we're going to see ladies getting all hardcore? Is it going to be, again, same with the other tag team matchup, the 2-on-1? Is it going to be tornado style? Do they have to tag in and out in an Extreme Rules match so that the women fight the women and the men fight the men? None of this makes sense. Oh, what if Becky loses the championship for Seth? They signed on for that, so they can't get mad at each other if they lose this match. It's fucking ridiculous. It's as the world turns in pro wrestling, and I could live without it. Just like I could live without the Graveyard Dogs. Blah! You ever want to hear a friggin' phrase that made you want to barf? It just, you heard two words put together that just made you physically, gutturally just want to... Used to happen with Sasha and Bayley, but now it's going to happen for one night only as The Undertaker and Roman Reigns are teamed together for no reason for this one match. And they're given a t-shirt. And they're given a team name. Are they going to come out to an dual entrance? Are they going to remix the bam with the gongs in the background, and then you get to be nauseated by hearing the Roman Reigns theme with the Undertaker's gong just going off in the background? Bong, bam, 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 bong. God, I hope I didn't just give them any ideas if they ever end up watching me. Please don't do that. Don't do that. They don't give a shit about the tag teams they have enough to give them t-shirts and real meaningful tag team names. But they're doing it for these two. For one match that they're going to have. Against the worst tag team in the world. And I call them that because they contain the worst wrestler in the world. The Sweat Machine. Sweat Stain McStuntman. The Big Mac duo of McMahon and McIntyre. Somebody needs to mac their asses out of here. Because I don't care at all about this no-holds-barred tag team matchup. I hate that term, no-holds-barred. No-holds-barred. What does that even mean? What holds are even barred anymore? And anything that is truly banned by the WWE, you will not see executed during this matchup. What's so extreme about no-holds-barred as opposed to Extreme Rules? What's the difference? It's the same phrasing. It's two different ways of phrasing, the same exact matchup. There's just really no rules. And do you think they're going to truly take advantage of it? Or do you think all night long we're just going to see a couple of chair shots to the back, maybe some kendo stick action, maybe someone will have a crutch, there'll probably be the obligatory stop sign somewhere. Do you care about who wins this match? It's an honest question. Do you care about what's going to come after this matchup? Do you not think that Kevin Owens is going to play a part in the finish of this matchup following what happened on SmackDown Live? Because if that's the only thing you would be right about. Kevin Owens is going to stick his nose in where it doesn't belong, probably causing Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre to lose this matchup. And we are going to continue to see Shane McMahon sweat all over SmackDown Live as he starts to aim his drips in the direction of Kevin Owens. And the only thing I was hoping to see in this match at all is The Undertaker and Roman destroying Shane McMahon to the point where we will not see him on TV ever again. But now there's rumors that Taker's going to turn on Roman to set up Undertaker versus Roman at SummerSlam, and I don't want to see that. Then there's rumors that this match is being booked to tease the fact that Drew McIntyre might challenge the dead man at SummerSlam, and I don't want to see that either. And you can't put Shane McMahon's name next to anybody and think I'm going to give a shit about anything. So this matchup and its ridiculous marketable new t-shirt for this fantastic epic pairing of two of the biggest stars ever. I mean, in The Undertaker's case, Roman Reigns, you gotta give it to him. I mean, the guy's got his fan base. You know, they might all be 9 years old and without pubic hair or female, but, you know, he's considered up there. But he's not the big dog. And this is not his yard with The Undertaker roaming around. And is that why you made this shirt? So we could go, oh, well, they're sharing the yard. They're both two big dogs sharing the WWE yard so that they can rid us of Shane McMahon. They're not going to rid us of Shane McMahon. If they do, fantastic. But they won't. This is only going to be the beginning of a couple of things involving all 4 of the contestants in this match that none of us are going to want to see going forward. That match doesn't matter. Undertaker and Roman Reigns cannot lose. If they lose to Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, I mean, Drew McIntyre is a legit 6-foot-plus competitor. He's a beast of a man. I could buy him fighting with The Undertaker. I could buy him in his feuds with Roman Reigns. But his teammate is Shane McMahon. You're going up against the dead man and the unstoppable Roman Reigns. They gonna lose? I don't think so. That's everything they got coming at you guys this Sunday at Extreme Rules. I tried to do this as quickly and painlessly as possible, but they make that near impossible. This show is going to suck ass for the most part. We're going to have a couple of good matches in between. And to be fair, most of the time when I feel this way about a pay-per-view, the WWE ends up coming out there and knocking it out of the park. And I certainly hope that's the case. I hope maybe Heyman and Bischoff are finally getting their hands into the mix of things, because it definitely doesn't feel that way up until now. And all we can hope for is that it doesn't extremely suck as much as I think it's going to. But you can be damn sure when it's all over, we're going to be here to bring the hammer down and tell you guys everything wrong with this Extreme Rules pay-per-view Sunday night at its conclusion, so make sure you do not miss it. And one of the best ways to make sure you don't miss it is to make sure you are subscribed to the coolest, newest YouTube channel you have ever found, which is Sledgehammer TV, home of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show and Hammering Hollywood, because when you want your wrestling and entertainment news bullshit-free, full of truth, justice, and a whole lot of fun, Sledgehammer TV is the place to be. Hit that subscribe button right now and join one of the over 1,700 plus as we are on the march to 2,000 subscribers, which I hope to eclipse before the end of July, and you guys can make that happen for me right now. While you're down there doing that, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed anything you've seen here or heard me say on the show today, and then make sure to share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, especially if they are on the fence with how they're feeling about tuning into Extreme Rules this Sunday. This way I could enlighten them and save them the time, because you guys don't need to watch the pay-per-view. All you need to do is come and watch me tell you everything that was wrong with it. This, my friends, is the team. Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. He is not a mallet. His tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball Microphone, and you will not see another podcast anywhere in the world on YouTube or anywhere else that has a World Heavyweight Championship microphone. He resides only right here on Sledgehammer TV, and the most important member of my team, as always, is each and every one of you. If you missed this month's Hammer in Hollywood, we got the Spider-Man Far From Home review and reaction show. Don't forget to check that one out right now. If you haven't seen it, go see it, because it's not bad, but it's also not really about Spider-Man. And if you want to know more about that, check that video out right now. It'll be linked in the annotations up above. Don't forget to check out our review of Raw and SmackDown this week, as the hammer came down harder than maybe ever before, and I filmed 2 of the funniest episodes I have ever filmed in my life. They actually made me laugh out loud at myself, which is not something that I very often do, so it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it by now. Those will be linked up there as well. We got 2K19 gameplay coverage featuring commentary from yours truly, and so much more wrestling and movie news right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. That, my friends, is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on that new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com, and I will see you all Sunday for the Extreme Rules review and reactions, because I have a strong feeling this hammer is coming down. Have a good one.